Poetry seems to convey the flavor and fragrance of this beautiful, astounding aliveness. Bouquet of shadows shimmers in the translucence of a million yesterdays, lost, dreams of light and shadow and colors bursting. Consonants and vowels punctuate this song as ideas of sun and flowers and butterfly wings soar and dissolve in this blazing intensity of unowned life, simply blossoming and wilting in the same momentless momentary, without any rhymes or patterns or lack of patterns whatsoever. Thought has no actual substance, nor does the world it seems to paint. This liquid dreamscape, neither real nor unreal, and yet both and neither, cannot be grasped or caught with the language that sings it. The young boy excitedly pushed further up the trail, plowing through patches of winter, hiding in the mountain shadows. Bits of distant sparkling revealed newly born insects, cartwheeling in sun-streaming fresh meadows. He paused, listening to the melting snow and his horse hungrily ripping the tender grass. There is no translation for these words other than more words. Like echoes of echoes, they have no more or less meaning than acres of unseen winds gently sweeping ripples across a sea of thought that has no shore or depth or surface. Rather, it is all a skinless surface of a dream, soaring through a dream, utterly non-dimensional and without substance or non-substance. There are no separate thoughts or waves or currents of thought weaving a web of thought, as webs and spiders and light reflecting on gossamer threads are all thought, as is all dimension, all measurement, and all distinction, all separation. Are the ripples separate from the water and the kiss of wind? Are you separate from this fantastical dream display? The absence of separation is love. Yet there is nothing to be separate, not even love. All is love. You cannot seek or find or capture love or truth or enlightenment. It is not lost or hidden in these words. Love is a word like you and tomorrow. You will never be enlightened or free. You will never be. You have never been. Love is a word that removes her clothes and goes skinny dipping in the mind stream, dissolving all ideas and concepts and words like love. Love subsumes all and everything, and yet love is not a thing, nor is it nothing. There are no things nor non-things. This is love. All words seem to create separate things, including a thing called separation. The word love seems to create a separate thing called love. Yet what is love? What is anything when there are no things? Seemingly beyond knowing or unknowing, all is what it seems, and not, as there is no all or one or none. Ecstatic rhapsody of stars, galaxies spin and collapse into love's beautiful fire. Stillness of whirling water falls through the hollow of moon. Whirlpools of silence hold the night. Light cannot be found or lost as it traces the wetness sliding through our eyes. Trails of midnight howl. How many syllables are in moonlight? Where are the words that paint love? Half-written poems slide through the dark, ignite my silhouette in your eyes, and we flow in an empty pirouette, neither moving nor still, this lullaby of bittersweet lovers slowly consuming the night. Songs like ancient mirrors hover on the tip of your tongue, fall through the transparency of memory that separated sorrow and joy. All softly dissolves in echoes of luminescence. No one can find their own absence. Stretching her fingers into sky, the old pecan tree rests in the cradle of night. Stars slide through the ache of silence, falling. Wind sighs, sky deep in the absence of moon. Dawn's hunger consumes the night. One by one, leftover stars disappear. Where is the starlight no one can taste? It is in the thirst for an ocean no one can hear. Ricochet of love slides through all words of love. This apparent movement is love's fire burning herself. This love outshines all ideas of love. Seamless, sensuous aliveness, uncaused, untethered, without time or timelessness. This dream of life dreams itself. Imaginary dancers seem to whirl and spin through dream space and time, and some seem to be looking for a dance outside of the music of life, of love, of this unspeakable beauty, this magic that all dancers know deeply, can never be found or lost. You can hear your heartbeat, and when you press your head against my chest, you can hear mine. We can look into each other's eyes and marvel at the wonder of life, of love, of the magic of this utter unknowing. And your questions may cease or not, but I cannot stop your desire to know, to capture this unfathomable magic. I know it is part of your magic. There are no answers to life. As life is dancing you, spinning you into a daydream not separate from the night, weaving and unweaving a tapestry of light and dark and colors blooming. Morning sings, and we sing of wind brushing away the dark, sun pouring down the canyon, and we are the singing and the listening to the world sing itself. There is no understanding what life is, no true reality underneath what seems to appear, no false reality, no reality, only this dream of life, dreaming itself. And I sing, it is all love falling in love with itself, and that may not empty your questions and fill that bottomless treasure chest that is your heart, breathing the rhythm of life. And the wind and the sun and the doves floating to the ground. And as the evening faded from indigo to invisible ultraviolet hues shimmering just beyond my eyes, my hands, my face, my heart dissolved in this cascade of infinite, brilliant transparency, and I was consumed in the colors of love, all my hopes and dreams and fears. Everything and everyone melted in love's inexhaustible flames, dissolved in this ocean of fire, of love, of nothing at all. And who is this girl, this woman, this songster who has danced in this watercolor ballet of life, twirling along the empty, timeless sidewalks, streaming poems through her fingers, a continual kiss in the keys of life, wholly fully alive without a center or edge. Old, scratchy phonographs playing ancient sea dreams in a beautiful, mysterious, abandoned house, elegant spiral staircases leading into endless sky. That long ago, perhaps, someone walked down, twirling in her new dress, or slid down the banister laughing, or sat on the top step dreaming of a future love that never came, weeping at nothing, weeping at everything, and that undeniable ache to see over the rainbow. Love burns all and everything as it dreams this dream of love without other, this beauty that strikes the chords of unknowing, playing love's symphony of undeniable wonder. The dream of love weaves itself out of dream threads and simultaneously dissolves without a source or home to return to. Love has never been, or not. Real and unreal are simply ideas, as are you, as are all things. This without other, whatever seems to appear, is as real and unreal as it seems. There is no bigger or better reality over there somewhere. But the thought that there is may arise, and is that thought real? How thick, how substantial is thought? When thought stops for just an instant, you and your world disappear. That should tell you all you need to know. I am echoes of echoes, the silent ache of the evening wind. Wings of night, wings of sorrow, wings of joy beat my heart, soaring through light and shadow, breathing through the in-between, till all anchors are cut and wind is abandoned along the shores of an edgeless sea, where no one found a harbor or waited on an empty beach, waiting to hear her own echo, and return to the sea dream where love seemed to reside. Love appeared to be separate from her. All the stories painted this marvelous reunion. But it would never come to be. There were no tomorrows, no seas to cross, no lover to wait for. Simply words falling apart into tattered love letters, into meaningless symbols, signifying nothing. No sea, no love, no lovers dreaming, flowering into echoes of love, falling. Sea dreams of water, water dreams of sea, love dreams of lovers, lovers dream of love. And who could say where the waters part, when the horizon that held your reflection has broken? Words skim the sea of night, plunge through their own echo, leaving waves of sound and silence shimmering in this morning song. And who can bathe in her reflection when all is reflection? And thought seems to spin to catch its own tail, and the tale is that it is spinning, the weaving of a thought-scape with a center, like wind trying to hold on to itself or find its source or destination. And love spreads her wings and beats our hearts and erases the imaginary center, as well as all imagined edges. Wings of midnight echo in the trees at dawn. Where is the darkness you hide and the light you long for? Finding nothing but this hush before the day begins, you long to remain as you disappear. Liquidity of silence hovers in the garden, bathed in waves of starlight. Pin pricks in the dark promise endless skies beyond. But they are only words. Like the notes in a song, they have no meaning or non-meaning. Ancient stories of gods and demons appear to slide across the sky, but they are just stories. They do not exist without words, and neither do you. You are the looking for a map to this idea of wholeness or unicity, daydreaming of future treasures when all will be light. But light is an idea. It does not exist outside of the word or inside. There are no things divided by space or a streaming event called you strung along a timeline from birth to death. Tell me about your birth, your first memories. How do you know they are not fairy tales? How do you know you are not a fairy tale written by thought that even writes itself into this wondrous dream of things? Ocean swallows itself. Not even oneness remains, nor an empty space where it once was. Aching beauty of golden, newly fallen stories of autumn flow through the empty pockets of this unlined heart. Carpet this cascading dream time poem with undeniable richness. I'm a floating stream of ideas, songs soaring, liquid beauty pouring, not traceable, utterly ungraspable, without patterns or rhythms, without movement or any non-movement at all. Ancient tales cast upon a sea of words look for their own reflection, but all nets come up empty. The threads of thought webs are simply drenched with glistening, light and shadow shimmering in the wetness of these tears, or is this starlight bathing my cheeks? All definitions dissolve into acres of sky. I am an ancient fairy tale, read and forgotten, long, long ago before time was not. A scratchy phonograph record playing haunting love songs, evoking mystery and wonder. We are this magical music hovering between sound and silence and nothing at all. And she fell into her reflection and dissolved in the obviousness of sidelessness. From where could she return when there was no one to leave? Words leave no trail. They only circle back into themselves, spiral without beginning or end, leading nowhere. Time and place and love are words. Word is a word. Tears float through this river of song. There is no finding a source or place outside of this wetness, supersaturating the dream of love, floating in love. Wind dissolved the morning, where memory slept under rainbows, leaking into sky. What are these photographs of wind I pulled to my chest, trying to open the heart of love? What are these words, these pictures of unseen beauty I tried to swallow, but never could quite believe, as other could never be found? Tomorrow never came. Drowning in oceans of flames, where was the fire of my aloneness? Not. Where was the fire of love? Not. When was I? Not. Sky deep in love. Golden butterfly, suspended in the lace of morning, wings of thought softly brush colors into this poem. Petals of wind gently sweep night under the skirts of sky, revealing dawn's splendorous reflection, shimmering in mine. No one is listening to these echoes, painting and dissolving the footprints of wind rushing by the window, where my reflection once hovered, waiting for morning to spill darkness out of my eyes. Love pierces every pore of your being from the inside and out, and melts your skin, your eyes, your mouth, your heart in a fire of unbelievable ecstasy. Is it pain? Is it sorrow? Is it joy? Is it bliss? This love that has no names and cannot be thought of, but is all words, all names, all ideas, all thought. Love is not one thing, nor is it all things, yet it is both of these and neither. No one to feel separate from it, no it to be separate from. The uneasy feeling of uncertainty and the desperate looking for solidity melts into the feeling of a most delicious love when there is no one to whom feeling is happening, along with the death of belief of a never arising next. It feels more like floating, love softly soaring through her own arms, an ever-present, gentle, tender kiss, when there are not two lips, nor one mouth, nor one edgeless heart exploding and imploding infinitely. Calling this love may sound paltry, as most seem to equate love with a hunger, a neediness for love to be returned, as if love were a thing separate from us or life or death. But love is the feeling of there being no things to be separate or joined into a thing called wholeness or emptiness, or no thing or everything, just this love, and not even that. And who would find the edge of love when you are the looking for an imagined cleft in the sky from where the music of life pours and surrounds you and swallows you in a sing-along ecstatic chorus where you seem to have a part to play, but can never find your footsteps or your shadow or a place outside of yourself or in? Through your beautiful, beautiful eyes, love falls in love with itself. Morning sun, shadows slide into an unseen kiss of dark and night. My heart was ripped out of shades of gray. Love eviscerated the illusion of sides. I was plunged into echoes of whirlpools, dissolved into rainbows, colors, leaking all over this page. Again and again your wings were singed in love's intoxicating fire until there was no more trying to reach the light. You plunged into love's inevitable flames, and you were fully consumed, along with your world and all ideas of emptiness. That beautiful, fatal kiss, when the wings of your heart's last beat fused what was never apart. Love soars with not one wing, nor two, nor none, petals of perfection opening and sighing in the empty breast of love. Opalescent wings of pre-dawn songs soar from moon to moon on reflected light. Is space empty or full of this dream of echoes? Or do sound and silence define the edges of the shell? Words softly caress the fluid pearlescence reverberating in your empty heart, broken now from the sheer force of endless seas rushing and receding into their own wetness. Shallow wind skims across the star-strewn garden. Love stirs in the newly fallen leaves. Daylight hits the shores of no tomorrow, and I am this limitless, breaking heart that ripples and sings and weeps at the unfathomable beauty of hearts breaking and love weeping at the beauty of her own tears. Words are the magic wand creating the illusion of separation. They paint an imaginary thing that splits asunder thunder and lightning, awareness and perception, truth and falsehood. But words are simply sourceless echoes, reverberating through echoes. Love's infinite tears sliding through their own wetness. Feathered grace of light in light, wind flows through wind, one wing sorrow, one wing joy. Incomprehensible, undeniably, tears without name or number or reason or non-reason, sensuously, scrumptiously, deliciously flow, wet into wet. Love floats, without inside or out, softly, gently, ocean into ocean, love into love. There is no ultimate reality. The real is illusion, as well as the unreal. Emptiness is free of emptiness. Illusion is illusion. There is no illusion. Neither existence nor non-existence exists. There is no emptiness or fullness, nor anyone asking why. There is no confusion nor non-confusion. There are no questions nor answers, not even a sliding dream show punctuated with stars. Light and dark, as well as all this and that, is imaginary, and there is no one imagining. This cannot be seen or unseen, as there is no one who would see or ignore this. This is not conceivable, nor is it inconceivable. There is no this or it. There is no perfection or imperfection. There is no meaning nor non-meaning to this song. Relentless love sears your eyes, rips your flesh, burns your bones, evaporates your ashes, and the earth and sky that swallowed you. Is this oblivion when there was never anything or nothing? No time or space to be empty or full? This is not conceivable, nor is it inconceivable. Feels like love, yet there is no love. No one speaking, no one listening, no one loving you, weeping at the beauty of love. I am echoes of tears that never happened and never will. Echoes swallow their own sound. Tears dissolve their own wetness. Emptiness falls through its own absence, and love swoons through its own embrace. And there are no empty arms reaching into sky, trying to fly. Winged ballet of incomprehensible wonder soars without time or its absence. And words spiral and reach into sky and cannot find any lines, only this skinless sound of love's unutterable light. Reaching out to touch the shimmering, you find only bits of broken glass strewn across the softness of endless desert sands and the howl of relentless sky. Or was it darkness you wished to plunge through, to stick your head into this unassailable light. You feel you remember when you were but atoms spinning clouds of sky, reflecting and dissolving into the reds and orange of sunset and the cold, dark blues of ice. When did colored photographs turn into black and white? When was life not a movie that cannot go back or forward or hover? The middle of a dream is only the dream. Poems may tumble or sway or sing or rip apart, this hint of a melody barely remembered, like an echo of a dream, a reflection of a rainbow disappearing, barely. Beauty just missed is beautiful. We share this longing. It is our beauty to soar with the morning doves, softly feathers falling on the rippling, hands reaching and finding nothing, not even hands reaching. No one basks in the wonder of unknowing, or is suspended as love. Love sings and unravels itself and spirals into songs of relentless sky, shimmering just beyond your grasp. What melts all notions of dark and light, and a someone who could hold the day? What is beautiful? What is not? What is love? What is not? Who could possibly ask these questions, and who could possibly know? How many words for this love that has none but is all words? How many tears for this wetness that has plunged me into the darkest, deepest depths of unknowing, and lit up the universe with galaxies of wonderment, spinning this unbearably beautiful dream of love? How to measure love when love is all, and there is no love? Galaxies of moon songs pour through your chest, unraveling waves of sky and ocean feathers falling into an indescribable softness. Birds dissolve into flight. Flowers melt into multi-petaled colors, pouring through your eyes, your heart, where love is singing, "Hello, I love you, I am you." In this dream within a dream within a dream, space cascades softly, gently, wildly through her own echo, leaving no sound or silence. Time pours through herself and empties the mirror and her reflection. Love dances with her utter perfection and beckons you into this dance that you can never enter or leave, as you are not, nor is love. In this dream within a dream within a dream that never was nor will ever be, there is just this waltz of love and simultaneously nothing at all. What can be said about the dream when all words are dream words?